ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. We are reading from Canto 4, Chapter 19, King Prithu's 100 Horse Sacrifices. We are in the section, text 10 to 25, where we see Indra steals the sacrificial horse and creates lots of trouble for this, the sacrifices which are the 100th sacrifice. So we are at text 11. चरमेण अश्वमेधेन यजमाने यजुपस्पतिं वैन्ययज्ञपशुस्पर्धन् अपोवाह तिरोहितः. Translation.
When Prithu Maharaj was performing the last horse sacrifice, Ashwamedha Yagya, King Indra, invisible to everyone, stole the horse intended for sacrifice. He did this because of his great envy of King Prithu. Purport. King Indra is known as Shatakratu, which indicates that he has performed 100 horse sacrifices, that is Ashwamedha Yagya. We should know, however, that the animals sacrificed in the Yagya were not killed. If the Vedic mantras were properly pronounced during the sacrifice, the animal sacrificed would come out again with a new life. That is the test for a successful yajna. When King Prithu was performing 100 yagyas, Indra became very envious because he did not want anyone to excel him. Being an ordinary living entity, he became envious of King Prithu, and making himself invisible, he stole the horse and thus impeded the yajna performance. Hare Krishna.
So when this 100th yajna was going on, when Maharaj Prithu was performing the last yajna, King Indra, invisible to everyone, he stole the sacrificial horse, Adrushat, being invisible to everyone. He stole the sacrificial horse because of extreme envy towards Maharaj Prithu. Tirohitaha. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains that the King Indra is Shatakratu, and he is the personality who has done the 100 horse sacrifices, Shatakratu. And when Prithu Maharaj was going to equal the record of Indra, Indra felt threatened. Poor Indra, actually. One can see that he is waiting till 100th yajna, so that, that a kind of procrastination is always there in everybody, including Indra. So procrastinating, he was thinking, okay, it's done first yajna, 21st yajna, 71st yajna, 90th yajna, 99th yajna, and when the 100th was going on, suddenly he realized that I am threatened. So, one lesson here is people don't learn unless they are like become, we don't have to be the person that out of the skills, we are going out of the market. We don't have to wait for that last thread to happen. So, of course, here it's not right lesson. But the point is, Indra is doing this at the last yagya. Doing at any yagya would have been wrong, but he was waiting till the last one, becoming ordinary living entity and exhibiting the very ordinary symptoms. And that is how envy is being operated here. Text 12. तत्रार्थे भगवानेक्षत् त्वरमाणं विहाय सा आमुक्तविमपाखण्डं यो धर्मे धर्मविभ्रमः. Translation.
Translation: When King Indra was taking away the horse, he dressed himself to appear as a liberated person. Actually, this dress was a form of cheating, for it falsely created an impression of religion. When Indra went into outer space in this way, the great sage Atri saw him and understood the whole situation. Purport: The word Pakhanda used in this verse is sometimes pronounced Pasanda. Both of these words indicate an impostor who presents himself as a very religious person but actually is sinful. Indra took up the saffron-colored dress as a way of cheating others. This saffron dress has been misused by many impostors who present themselves as liberated persons or incarnations of God. In this way, people are cheated. As we have mentioned many times, the conditioned soul has a tendency to cheat. Therefore, this quality is also visible in a person like King Indra. It is understood that even King Indra is not liberated from the clutches of material contamination. Thus, the words amuktam iva, meaning as if he were liberated, are used. The saffron dress worn by a sannyasi announces to the world that he has renounced all worldly affairs and is simply engaged in the service of the Lord. Such a devotee is actually a sannyasi or liberated person. In Bhagavad Gita 6.1, it is said, Anasritah karma phalam karyam karma karoti yaha sa sannyasi cha yogi cha na niragir na chakriyah. One who is unattached to the fruits of his work and who works as he is obliged is in the renounced order of life. One who is unattached to the fruits of his work and who works as he is obligated is in the renounced order of life, and he is the true mystic, not he who lights no fire and performs no work. In other words, one who offers the results of his activities to the Supreme Personality of Godhead is actually a sannyasi and yogi. Cheating sannyasis and yogis have existed since the time of Rutu Maharaj's sacrifice. This cheating was very foolishly introduced by King Indra. In some ages, such cheating is very prominent, and in other ages, not so prominent. It is the duty of a sannyasi to be very cautious because, as stated by Lord Chaitanya, Sannyasraha alpa chidra sarva loke gaya. A little spot in a sannyasi's character will be magnified by the public. What is this, Prabhuji? CC Madhya 12.51. Sorry.
CC is Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya 12.51. Therefore, unless one is very sincere and serious, he should not take up the order of sannyasa. One should not use this order as a means to cheat the public. It is better not to take up sannyasa in this age of Kali because provocations are very strong in this age. Only a very exalted person advanced in spiritual understanding should attempt to take up sannyasa. One should not adopt this order as a means of livelihood or for some material purpose. Hare Krishna.
So this Indra, when he was taking away the horse, he dressed himself to appear as Avimuktamiva, appeared as a liberated personality. And this dress was actually a form of cheating created to misrepresent religion. And when the great sage Atri saw him, and he understood the whole situation. Right. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains the word Pakhanda. Pakhandam yo dharme dharma vibhrama. So Pakhanda sometimes is also pronounced as Pashanda. And this is that impostor who represents himself as very religious, but actually who is sinful. Right. And there is in Kali Yuga, the world will be filled with such Pakhandis. Right. They have something and they will pose something and their activities will be completely something else. And taking people's advantage in the saffron color, many people, they will wear saffron and they will go in the saffron, and they will simply cheat around, claiming that they are very liberated, but actually they are enjoying the material world. In Bhagavad Gita also, there is an analogy that uh, Baka Dhyana, it is called as. Baka Dhyana means Baka. What is Baka in English? Bagada,
Should we call it as a crane?
Crane. Okay, yeah, crane. So the crane is doing the meditation on in the pond, but the entire purpose of this meditation is he's standing on the one leg, standing very, very still, as if eyes closed. And the fishes, they will consider, oh, he's standing on one leg, he's standing very still, and he's like in. And as soon as the fish comes nearby, unattentive fish, and immediately this baka will catch the fish and fly away. So this is called as baka dhyana, that something else inside and something else outside. And this is the great cause of the people's, one of the reason why people losing their faith in dharma is this cause, that people represent something else and people are something else, and they are in the process they are cheated. Prabhupada says, who is a sannyasi? Anashritah karma phalam karyam karma karoti yah sa sannyasi cha yogi cha na niragrir na chakriyah. So sannyasi doesn't mean that he has not lighting the fire, not doing any activity. That is not a sannyasi. Sannyasi is not the one who has given up the activity. This is Bhagavad Gita, 6.1. Lord Krishna says, my dear Arjuna, one should not be attached to the fruits of the work. And somebody will say, oh, I should not be attached to the fruits of the work, then why should I work? No. But one works as if obligated is called as a sannyasi. So you fight without being attached to the results of the fight. You fight as if there is the greatest obligation on you. So this is the Nishkama Karma Yoga. He is a true mystic and he is a true sannyasi, not the one who lights no fire and performs no work. Right. So this is very important. This is the perfect mood for a devotee to work. One has to work very intensely, relentless contribution at the job. Right. And of course, one need not be exploited by the job place. But the point is, simply by the virtue of becoming devotee doesn't make us relieved of the responsibilities. And we may misquote some verse like Devarshi Bhutap Tandranam Pitrunam. And misquote means actually we abuse these verses. We abuse Krishna takes care. So yeah, Krishna takes care, but Bhagavad Gita paradigm comes before the Bhagavatam paradigm. It is very important. So such a personality, Prabhupada writes here, in other words, one who offers the result of his activities to the Supreme actually is the sannyasi and yogi. Cheating sannyasis and yogis existed since the time of Prithu Maharaj, but the proportion was less. This is going on for a long time. It is not the new phenomena in Kali Yuga, but in Kali Yuga it becomes disproportionately big. The number is right, and therefore Prabhupada says it is the duty of the sannyasi to be very, very cautious. Why? Because sannyasera alpachitra sarvaloke goy. That sannyasi means it's like a white cloth, and even a small dot of the black ink will people will say, oh, black dot. There was an experiment which was done in IIM that professor had given them a page and one dot there. Nobody saw the white page. Everybody said, and he was asking, what do you see? And he said, we see the dot, we see the dot, we see the dot. Okay. So, especially for a sannyasi or especially for a public figure, if we are in a leadership position, it is very important that we remain cautious. We maybe a little bit slow down in our activities, follow Vaishnava etiquettes to the T. And it is not only our responsibility, it is not that the responsibility of the people who are in the leadership position only, it is our responsibility also as a follower, right? Our responsibility also as a follower. Like there is a great sannyasi who has come up, or there are some celebrity figures in ISKCON, like there are many personalities like Amarendra Prabhu or Gauranga Prabhu, then there is Amok Leela Prabhu, this and that, and then how we conduct with them. especially, so it is our responsibility as well that by our behavior, the other personality is not put in an awkward position. Sometimes people are so maddened for a selfie with somebody. One should be aware with whom I'm taking selfie. Is my taking selfie with him, is it going to put him in an awkward position? So this is very important. And therefore, and then Prabhupada describes about sannyas and the rarity of sannyas in Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga, it is, sannyas is forbidden. We know that. Kalau pancha vivarjayet. Right. The five things which are forbidden in Kali Yuga. One of the sannyas, because atmosphere in Kali Yuga is surcharged with opposition and faithlessness. And there are so many impediments, there are so many provocations, Prabhupada says, that only a very exalted people, advanced in spiritual understanding, should attempt to take sannyas. Look at the Prabhupada's words, so cautionary words about sannyas. ISKCON has about 200 sannyasis. ISKCON has millions of followers, but sannyasis are hardly 200 or maybe around that. That is the number of ISKCON sannyasis. Prabhupada says one should not adopt this order as a means of livelihood or for some material purpose. This is very important. So here, and another problem is because Indra is the leader of the demigods. Indra is a big position in the universe, Indra. And because he was doing this adharma, that adharma became the sampradaya itself later. Right, so many sampradayas they came out because of that one adharma of Indra being so more. I mean, what it is more we are at the top position, leaderly position. Our slight deviation will also affect bigger way coming down the bottom. And just like the aeroplane takes off, and supposed to go from say Chennai, supposed to go to Bombay, and it's just a 0.05 degrees away, and the aeroplane will reach Karachi. It will be bombed there, right? Therefore, at the leadership position, it is extremely important. More we become leaderly, more we need guidance. In ISKCON, we have a amazing Guru, Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. In one of his lecture, he was saying that he said that some of my disciples, they are, the pilots who are in Boeing 787, Airbus. Those are the commercial aeroplanes they fly with practically hundreds and thousands of passengers on the board. And they are told that when you are at that height of 36,000 feet, when you are at that height of, such bigger heights, your perception will completely be mistaken. Your perception will be completely mistaken. You may be thinking that you are going up in the sky, but actually you may be coming down. You may be thinking that you are taking a right turn, but you may be taking the left turn. And because you are at such a level of performance, you are at such a level, and therefore you have to be always be connected to the the Niyantran Kaksha, to the control
ATC.
room. Yes. Yeah, one has to be always be connected with the control room. And therefore, those who are the high performers, any field, when you want to do very high level of performance, you need, very high level of connection with your mentor, with your coach, with your spiritual teacher. Otherwise, there is condition like we may create some pakhanda, which was being created by Indra in this case. Text 13. अत्रिणा चोदितो हन्तुं पृथुपुत्रो महारथः अन्वधावत् संगकृद्ध तिष्ठ तिष्ठ इति च ब्रवीत्. Translation.
When the son of King Prithu was informed by Atri of King Indra's trick, he immediately became very angry and followed Indra to kill him, calling, "Wait, wait." Purport. The word Tishta Tishta are used by a Kshatriya when he challenges his enemy. When fighting, a Kshatriya cannot flee from the battlefield. However, when a Kshatriya out of cowardice flees from the battlefield, showing his back to his enemy, he is challenged with the words Tishta Tishta. A real Kshatriya does not kill his enemy from behind, nor does a real Kshatriya, turn his back on the battlefield. According to Kshatriya principle and spirit, one either attains victory or dies on the battlefield. Although King Indra was very exalted, being the king of heaven, he became degraded due to his stealing the horse intended for sacrifice. Therefore, he fled without observing the Kshatriya principle, and the son of Prithu had challenged him with words Tishta Tishta. Hare Krishna.
So although Indra was thinking that he's Adrusha, but Atri saw him. Atrina chodito hantum. Right. And he, Prithuputro, the son of Prithu Maharaj, he was supposed to take care of the horse. And suddenly what happened is Indra used to take the garb of a sannyasi, and Prithuputra, son of Maharaj Prithu, being very cultured the way he is, the Vaishnava etiquette is, whenever you see sannyasi, we should offer prostrated obeisances to sannyasi. Otherwise, one is recommended to fast for the day. And if one is in such a position, he cannot offer the obeisances, at least in the mind, one should offer the obeisances. So, whenever he used to offer the obeisances, in the meantime, this Indra Sannyasi used to run away with the horse. And he is just wondering where this horse is gone, and somehow he will try to locate Indra somewhere in the universe. And here, Atri pointed, and therefore he became, the son of Prithu Maharaj became very angry, and then he said, Tishta, Tishta, wait. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains that the Tishta, Tishta words are used to challenge the enemy. Even Lord also uses this in Bhagavad Gita. Tasmat uttishta kaunte. He said, get up, fight. So this is, we see that when Krishna is running away with Rukmini Haran Leela, Rukmi from behind is saying, wait, don't run like a tishta, don't like a coward. So because one is not supposed to kill the enemy from behind. Vritrasur's pastime we will see when the demigods attack the army of Vritrasur, the army of Vritrasur is running in the battle, leaving the battle. He's saying, Tishta, wait, don't run like a coward. And when Vritrasur attacks the demigods start running and they say that, come fight with me. So this is the great fighting spirit. King Indra was very exalted. One has to realize this. See, this point we will come later, that sometimes a very exalted personality may also commit some mistake. And it is not that, the everything that is being done by that personality becomes destroyed by that one mistake somewhere here. Has he done mistake? Yes, he has done mistake. Should he be punished? Yes, he should be punished. But the point is that it's not that till that point, whatever is done is just nullified, destroyed. No, his contribution stands. King Indra is also a very exalted personality. He has done his own 100 yagyas, right? He's Upendra. The Lord is known as Upendra because he is the younger brother of Indra. He became envious. He started creating mischief, and out of that tantrum of Indra, it's not that tantrum is only by the young children. No, not like that. Everybody has a tantrum. Husband has a tantrum, wife has a tantrum, kids has a tantrum, colleagues, boss. We should, I realize one thing, that we should exactly know what I'm supposed to tolerate in this person, and the life is very peaceful. And there is always one thing that we have to tolerate within somebody. And also, the vice versa of this is, Vyatyas is, that there is always something in me which everybody else is tolerating. Correct. So here in this case, Indra is a very exalted personality. Indra, the Upendra, Indra takes his everyday lunch and dinner with Vaman Dev. That is position of Indra. He became envious somehow, and he became degraded due to his stealing the horse intended for sacrifice, and he fled without observing. Takshatra became so degraded that he's running away like a coward from the battlefield. Indra is a great Kshatriya. And therefore, Prithuputra is asking him, Tishta, my dear sir, wait and fight. So this is, the amazing dynamics that is happening here on the battlefield. Text 14. Suddenly from Yagya, we have come to battlefield. तं तादृशकृतिं वीक्ष्य मेने धर्मं शरीरिणं जटिलं भस्मनाच्छन्नं तस्मै बाणं न मुञ्चति. Translation.
Indra was fraudulently dressed as a sannyasi, having knotted his hair on his head and smeared ashes all over his body. Upon seeing such dress, the son of King Prithu considered Indra a religious man and pious sannyasi. Therefore, he did not release his arrows.
Yeah. So now Indra, he began to take different forms, and some of the forms are explained here. Prithu's son was chasing Indra, and here we see that the Indra, he is taking different forms, and now he took a form of a sannyasi who is Bhasmana, who has put a, he has a Jatilam, he has put a Bhasmana around. And whenever Prithuputra, such a, nice child, such a nice trained personality, son of Maharaj Prithu was, he saw suddenly the sannyasi, he did not release the weapons. Tasmai Banam na munchati. Text 15. वधान्निवृत्तिं तं भूयो हन्तवे अत्रिचोदितः जहियज्ञहनं तात महा इन्द्रं विबुधाददम्.
When Atri Muni saw that the son of King Prithu did not kill Indra but returned deceived by him, Atri Muni again instructed him to kill the heavenly king because he thought that Indra had become the lowliest of all demigods due to his impending the execution of King Prithu's sacrifice.
So now, Atri Muni saw that Prithu, the son of Maharaj Prithu, is returning without killing Indra. And he again instructed him, this is Indra. Don't think he's a sannyasi. I can see through. And this is Indra. And you kill him. He has become the Vibudham Adhamam. He has become the most fallen amongst the demigods. Generally, the most fallen amongst the demigods is called as Kali. Kali is also a demigod. Okay. And now he has become worser than Kali. This is how, Atri Muni instructed Prithuputra, Tata, hey Vats, don't be cheated by this external dress. He's Mahendram. He's that powerful Indra, great heavenly Indra who has become Adhamam. And this is how Atri Muni was instructing son of Prithu. Text 16. Evam vainyasuta proktah tvaramaणं vihayasaः अन्वद्रवत् अभिक्रुद्धः रावणं गृधराटिव. Translation.
Being thus informed, the grandson of King Vena immediately began to follow Indra, who was fleeing through the sky in great haste. He was very angry with him, and he chased him just as the king of vultures chased Ravan.
Yeah. As soon as Atri, he instructed grandson of King Vena, Vainyasutah. Vainyasutah means the son of the Vainya. And who is a Vainya? Vainya is Prithu, son of Vena. So now Vainyasutah is grandson of King Vena. And then he became angry with him and he chased him. And Bhagavatam has such beautiful analogies. Ravanam Griharadibha. Just like the king of the vultures, Jatayu chased Ravana, right? The amazing personality Jatayu. And he chased Ravana. And, near Nasik, there is a place called as Taket. There, Jatayu gave up his life. And when Lord Ram approached, he said, my dear Lord, Ravana was trying to steal Sita as a muhurta, where the stolen property will never be obtained. But I have delayed by that fight. I have delayed that muhurta, and therefore I assure you that you will be reunited with Sita within next 1 year. The great Gridha, great Jatayu, he clearly knew that he is not going to. He is no match to Ravana. His purpose was not even to kill Ravana. His purpose was to foil the mission of Ravana. And therefore, this great vulture king, Jatayu, is celebrated here in pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. Text 17. Soshvam rupam chata hittaditva tasma antarhitaswarat virasva pashunadaya pituyadnyam upeyivan. Translation?
When Indra
Translation.
saw
Yes, Mataji, go.
When Indra saw that the son of Prithu was chasing him, he immediately abandoned his false dress and left the horse. Indeed, he disappeared from that very spot. And the great hero, the son of Maharaj Prithu, returned the horse to his father's sacrificial arena. Hare Krishna.
So Indra saw this and he realized that Veeraha, the great hero, Prithuputra, Vainyasutaha, he is unable to fight with Indra, is unable to fight with him because aura of Indra has reduced now. He has become Vishuddha Adhamam, right? Sometimes when some wrong activity happens, aura goes down. Aura is the Gen Z language. Okay. Aura of the person just goes down. And Indra is a very powerful warrior himself, but he realized he cannot fight here now because he's on the part of Adharma. He just abandoned his false dress, left the horse, and ran away. And this is how the son of Maharaj Prithu, he returned the horse to his father's sacrificial arena. Text 18. ततस्याचद्भुतं कर्म विचक्ष परमर्षयः नामधेयं दुदुस्तस्मै विजिताश्व इति प्रभो. Translation?
Translation.
Lord Vidura.
My dear Lord Vidura, when the great sages observed the wonderful prowess of the son of King Prithu, they all agreed to give him the name Vijitsava. Hare Krishna.
So, when the great sages observed this amazing activity, defeating Indra, so defeating Indra is not easy thing. Indra ran away without a fight and he win over the Ashva, and therefore he was given the name Vijitashva, one who is conqueror of Ashva and who has recovered the Ashva from the hands of Indra. Oh my God, we have crossed the limits. So we will conclude here and continue tomorrow. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura
Thank
Bhakta
you,
Vrinda ki jai.
Prabhupada.
Thank you, Prabhupada. Thank you, everyone. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you,
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
प्रभुजी एक प्रश्न होता है
Ah, yes.
just now you gave that example of Bhagya, right, who is standing like sadhu but he's not actually a sadhu. So in today's world also there are many people who pretend to be very good human being in front of us and wearing the mask, but behind the mask there is a different person. So and we know that this is not the real person. So how to deal with such a people?
So, I mean, there is a very clear understanding how to deal with such people. Prema Maitri Krupa Upeksha. See, we are not powerful enough to teach them a lesson, right?
Correct. Correct.
So, we are not powerful enough. Frankly, we are not powerful enough to teach them a lesson. We may not be
Correct.
empowered, we may not be required, but what is required is at least save ourselves and save the as much as within our influence without coming in, the limelight and becoming enemy of that great person, right? That can be done.
Okay.
And how to identify such people? It's very simple. They are supposed to follow what is called as the tripod of Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. Is it confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam? It is confirmed by the behavior of other personalities. Is it confirmed by the behavior of the Guru and the instruction of Guru? So this is the wonderful check and balance system. Guru matches with other gurus, that is called as Sadhu and Shastra. So there is Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. So the instructions of the Guru, they should be in sync with Shastra and other gurus, so on and so forth. Right.
I didn't get this last point. Actually.
See, everybody may claim that I am genuine and I am unique. Right. Like, there are so many people, they claim that they are only incarnation of God. So how to know who is right and who is wrong? Tasmat Shastra Pramanam te. Karya Akarya Vyavastito. So we have the Shastra Praman. And Shastras will say who is God, who is not God. If you are God, your name should be mentioned in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Typically in Srimad Bhagavatam. If it is not mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, then you may be a famous person, you may be a good yogi, but you are not God.
Okay.
Correct. So that is called as Shastra Praman. So even the instruction of the Guru also should be in sync with the Shastra. Later we'll see when we come across the pastime of Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj's Guru had done so many favors on Bali. Bali was dead in the battle. The Shukracharya brought him back to life. And Bali was, just imagine we are dead and somebody, our teacher, I don't want to say guru word here, our teacher brings us back to life. But later, when Vamanadev appeared, Shukracharya became very attached to his own Dakshina and he began to ill-instruct Bali Maharaj. And he said that, he's Vamana, he's Vishnu, and he's, you should simply don't give this charity. And at once, Bali Maharaj had to take the other stance. And he said, no, I have to surrender. Because other gurus and the Shastra, and for him, the other guru was Prahlad, his grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. So this is the beautiful triangle, Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Right?
So basically, we should avoid such people. We try to get out as we
Simply
can,
avoid such people. We are
avoid
not in a
as much as
position
we
to.
can.
Yeah. Simple. Just protect yourself, not to become too cynical. Not that we want to run some Twitter trend against them and become envious and come in the
Correct.
limelight of their gang of followers and everything like that. Avoid the confrontation because our energies are limited. Point is that we have to choose our battles.
Correct.
Right, our energy is limited. So many things are happening everywhere. Kali Yuga is Kalau Dosha Nidhe Rajan. Should I utilize my energy in correcting the things which are, it's like a toilet. However you going to clean it, Kali Yuga is like a toilet. It is going to stink in next 2-3 days. कितना
Very
एनर्जी
nice.
डालोगे वो टॉयलेट को साफ करने में?
Very
Better
nicely
utilize
quoted by you.
energy. Huh?
Very nicely quoted by you, Kaliyug.
Yeah, this is Prabhupada's analogy. Prabhupada's analogy this is. So Prabhupada says that how much energy you will put in cleaning the toilet? Go out and do some good activity. Spread Bhagavad Gita, spread Bhagavatam. Save those who can be saved. How much life is? So that is the point. So we have to choose our battles very effectively. And many times we are not the person who are supposed to do that activity. My classic example is Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. 400 years ago, if you see India, the demography of India, the rulership of India, everything was, ruled by Yavana, and so much of, the brutality was there. But what if you and me are there in that era? What we can do? Of course, one can say that I will fight, and that is depends on what you want to do. But the point is, you need somebody like Shiva Chhatrapati, who will come and in 50 years later, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj, Peshwa Bajirao. So they are the personalities who created the revolution there, right? So we should know we are not supposed to do it. We have some basic, understanding. We have some small energy. Better that small energy be utilized properly in the service of the Lord than,
100%.
picking up enmity, which we are not able to handle.
Correct.
So, and then leave it to the stringent laws of material nature. Like, you are see, after 45, it's all absolutely optional. We don't have to wait in this call because we take a pride that our session exactly gets over at time. Sometimes it just gets delayed, but this question answer is purely a Sunday phenomena.
Yeah.
Sometimes we are driving our car or something like that, and some rickshaw wala cut marta hai, this and that. Are we going to stop there? Are we going to fight with him? Are we going to get into the road rage?
Yeah.
I just tell him that rickshaw wala that not we have to tell him also. You have to tell oneself that some truck wala will teach you a good lesson. I don't have to teach you.
Correct. 100%.
Right. So we have to use our energy very judiciously. Right?
Yes. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhupada. Thank you, Hari Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.